Main streets in Canada are changing, and some are having a harder time changing than others. If you live in rural Canada or have taken a drive down a small town main street, you've likely seen boarded up storefronts or vacant commercial spaces. The writing on the wall for these spaces may not look good, but we think there's ample opportunity behind those closed doors. In this episode of Hometown Advantage, we'll show you how to open them. As the face of rural towns, main streets proudly share a town's successes. But main streets are also where you can see their shortcomings, and this is no clearer than through vacant buildings. These vacant buildings aren't without their consequences either. Empty commercial spaces can send the wrong idea to newcomers or prospective business owners. If successful businesses speak to the opportunities in a community, then vacant or dilapidated storefronts signal the opposite, even if there is an opportunity there. It's easy to think of closed buildings as eyesores, but we want you to look at them as opportunities and as a vital part of rural revitalization. It might be challenging to think of an abandoned diner as a space teeming with possibility, but we've seen many success stories when a community works toward a shared vision. Want to see an example? Good, because we think it's pretty amazing. No pressure, right? It's hard for many rural communities in Saskatchewan to tell what came first, the rail or the town itself. And Rostern, a town of around 1700, is no exception. One of the town's oldest buildings is the rail station that was constructed in 1902. For decades, this station was a gathering place where grains and goods and gossip were transported to and fro. This was until 1981 when the rail line, and the station along with it, were going to be shut down. And since this video is dedicated to opening closed spaces, I bet you can imagine what the community members said when they heard this. Let's turn the station into a multi-purpose arts and culture center that attracts artists and visitors alike from across the country. Weren't guessing that, were you? Well, they may not have said that exactly, but that's what happened. A group of local artists took to the streets of Rostern and to surrounding farmers' fields to see if there was interest in saving this historic building. And was there ever? So this artists' troupe formed a co-op and bought the building with capital from memberships. Now, nearly 40 years later, Rostern Station Arts Centre is flying off the rails with success. The refurbished train station is home to an artisan gallery, tea shop, train museum, and a performing arts theatre that draws city-class talent to this small farming town. These visionaries saw their vision through, and the Station Arts Centre is seeing benefits to this day. Sometimes it just doesn't work out this way. Sometimes building owners are unresponsive to offers or hard to track down. There is also the potential of high costs for renovating an existing building, but sometimes it's worth the risk. More than anything, the Rostern train station purchase shows that it's easier to do things together. Many Main Street buildings are part of your town's history, and losing them would mean losing your history. It's unlikely that just one person can save them alone. That's why we think co-ops are a great solution to saving your town's historic Main Street spaces. Because you don't have to wait for a third party to invest in your town. By living in a community with other people, there is a local wealth that can be used to revitalize your home.